Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Washington football team. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. On first down, it's Fields. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now Fields rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. He runs. 52's the mic, boys. 52. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Off play action. Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Bears on the move. They've got another first down. Play action. It's Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Again, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's Gibson again. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough, and I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Mariota. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one, that's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down. On 1st down, Vincent. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Set, hut, 20. Hey, Lobo. Ready? Watch tight end. Even. 4 down. Even.
Fields swings this out here for Cohen.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Mariota.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup of someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Mariota to throw it.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
That looks like it's going to be two empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
To throw is Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And this will be taken at the 13.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Throwing is Mariota.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it.
And this is picked up by the Bears. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
So, partner, that play broke huge. And when you can get a guy into the open field after the catch, he does actually turn into a running back. But in this case,
that's not his role.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught. First, wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. All day, baby, all day.
On play action, Fields.
buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. The first throw for the backup Foles. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now Foles. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd down, Vincent. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And they'll run again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Into the secondary, past the 40. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mike 4, Mike 4.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying All is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing, Mariota. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, Mariota. Man open, it's Goodwin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Mariota. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Marcus Mariota in the final seconds of the first half.
And Washington able to make this a close game again.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
1st down, Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
7 yards, the pickup there. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Working with a 2nd and 3. Gibson here running out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Gibson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Right here, we got to step it up. 52's the mic, boys. 52. I'm trying to collect. No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Foles. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Not easy for Nick Foles and the Bears now. 3rd and long after the sack.
Mike 52. 13.
Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's taken to the 26. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
They run the counter. Muhammad. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. To throw is Mariota. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Foles on the give to Montgomery. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Watch the curl.
Hey, let's go, great.
Rush in.
Hey, down.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Deron Payne drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now,
It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Santos with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mariota. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2nd and 11 now. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They run. Montgomery. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Cameron Curl with the tackle that time.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Bulls on the handoff. Here's Cohen.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Chicago! Tariq Cohen, his second touchdown of the night.
And the Bears are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole.
He's going deep for Brown. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for them here.
They'll run on 1st down. Vincent. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
I'm here all day.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vincent. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
99 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Montgomery running right. A 1st down and then some for Montgomery. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Bears, That early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.